Okay, 61 students now. Okay, I will wait a minute, 1 minute, then I will start the lecture. Okay, let's move. Good morning to you all. Last class, yes, I think we have discussed about geography. Can you hear me? My voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to record now. Okay.
Recording in progress.
So then we will look about the geography and right, what is climate. That is a long-term behavior, and we already discussed about weather. Yes, that is short-term behavior or the present situation, right? Present situation of the environment. And also we have studied about how the effect on the climatic parameters. Yes. What is rainfall? Other one is, yes, yes. Wait a minute. Yes. So then rainfall, then what about the intensity, and what about the distribution we have studied, okay? And further also we will look about light, right? What about the intensity and duration, and what about the color? Then temperature, we have studied, no? Temperature? Also we have studied, no? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, okay. Then light. Then yes, what about the day neutral and yes, long hours and short hours? Yes. So long stay, there is a June 21st, right? So 12:12, then 12:30. Then so say short days we say yes for 12 hours, but less than 20 minutes we call short days. That is 11:40 hours we observe, right? In the December 21st. Okay. According to that, we can select the crop. And wind also one of the important factors. So heavy wind that is not advisable for the cultivation of crops, but even we can go for mild wind. That is important. So I already informed that the special consideration in the tea cultivation, right? So the tea, the quality is very much important, right? So then according to the quality, the mild wind, the cool wind, that is very much important for the tea, right? And humidity, there is also how much of air, right? How much of moisture we need to fulfill the 100%. Then there is the ratio that is called really humidity, right? So humidity also important, but heavy humidity problem, right? The fungal diseases may spread quickly. Okay, so that's also we have studied. Humidity also finished, no? Yes. Okay. So then rainfall pattern, yes, here the behavior. So that's what I say. There are two peak level in the rainfall. We have already studied or discussed in the class, right? So then there are two peaks. So in the rainfall pattern graph, we have already studied there are two peaks, right? So this one peak and this another peak. That means yes, peak. P-A-K, peak, right? So then we say that is called bimodal pattern, right? But this is seasonal according to the first intermonsoon. and southwest monsoon, then second inter monsoon, then northeast monsoon. Then we have seasons, right? We have a two season. According to that, we have two peak, right? So, but in addition to that, we have other rainfall sources, right? Monsoon. Here we say these are monsoon, right? You have to say what about the climate season? Four, right? Not two, right? But four climatic seasons are available. That's a monsoon, right? Monsoon. But here, convection, then lower level of atmospheric disturbance, depressions, and cyclones. So these are the sources of rainfall, right? So when we ask the question, you understand that what about the sources of rainfall? Not only rainfall, right? So not only monsoon, right? You know, right? There are other form of the rainfall, convection, lower level atmospheric disturbance, depression, cyclones, right? In general, rainfall pattern is maintained by wind and convection. The general pattern will be changed by lower level atmospheric disturbances, depression, and cyclones. So, commonly in Sri Lanka, especially in the dry region, you know, right? Dry region, what we are facing during the hot period. Okay, so we will receive some rainfall, right, due to the cyclones, due to the depression, due to the atmospheric disturbance. So that is also advantages for the farmer. But if you consider cyclone, sometimes it may be harmful effect. So when we are growing banana, so then if the cyclone is come, entire banana field will be damaged. You know, right? So that's what I'm saying. Okay. So the other pattern also maybe cause some harmful effect, but when we are not having rainfall so many months, then if we get these type of sources, then we'll get the rainfall. Then farmers will benefit, right? So then first in the monsoon, southwest monsoon, second in the monsoon, and yes, this thing you should know, right? These are the monsoonal rainfall, and I have already explained something, no, about Sri Lanka. Yes, how we can get the landmass season, right? So think about that. You can see this picture, right? Assume that this is Sri Lanka, right? I have already told, no? So this is north. So this is north. Yes, this is east. Northeast, south, right? Then west. Okay. So north mean end, no? So we know, normally we say yes, you can remember that November to February, like that northeast mean. You can see in, then you can download this one, then May, September. W can download, so then download, then May, September, right? That is called May, September. What is that May, September here? You can see May, September, southwest monsoon, right? So that's what we say. May, September is southwest monsoon. You can remember easily, right? May to September. Then in W you can think about downward direction. Then May, then is September, May, September. So that is southwest monsoon. So this is having this path, the ocean, longer distance ocean. That's what the intensity is so much high, right? So here also hill area we have a mountain, right? Then it will kick the mountain, right? Mountain then rise up, then make a condensation, then it will come as a rainfall. So the mountain is a major part. That is topography is important, right? Mountain is a major part to see the rainfall. Because otherwise, if there is no mountain, then it will just pass with Sri Lanka, right? But when the mountain that is in hill area, it is a barrier for the rainfall. So it will come the rainfall, then hit the mountain, then rise up, right? Rise up, then cloud is formed, then condensation is there, then we can get the rainfall. Understand? Then after that, what about the wind? It will pass, then it will move, right? So here, the moist wind, that's a main, not a wind, right? Not a wind. Here we say moist wind, understand, no? Come across and pass the longer distance of ocean. Then moist wind hit the mountain and raise up. Then it will make clouds, and then after condensation, right? Then it will come as a rainfall. Understand? Rainfall. No, don't put any short term, but I said put by rainfall. So this area will receive rainfall. So closer to the mountains area will receive this sort of right? But after that, what about the dry wind, moist wind? Then the rainfall already there, no? Then dry wind pass the mountain. Understand? Understand or not? Okay, so moist wind come, but after rainfall, the dry wind move and pass other area, right? Okay, this is the one, right? But about the northeast here, but only it will pass this cross section, small area, right? You know, right? The Indian Ocean, it's a small area. It will cover up. So then moist wind also there. Here also moist wind, but compared to southwest monsoon, the moisture level is less. No, moist wind. Then again it will come. Then kicks this area. Then it will receive this area. So the largest area, right, covered up by this northeast monsoon, right? So if you look at the northeast monsoon, December to February, so you can remember that dry area, December to February, we are receiving. But actually, you can remember, right? So the second inter monsoon, November, that those N is there, right? November, December, then you can see E mean, you can remember it as F, then February, right? So the northeast monsoon, here we will have, okay, we will have the second inter monsoon. Second is SIM, second inter monsoon. So after second inter monsoon, that means October to November, here you can see October to November, then we will receive the heavy rainfall that is called northeast monsoon, December to February. So SIM and northeast monsoon, SIM and no in northeast monsoon, right? That means second in the monsoon and northeast monsoon. Together we call, right? Maha season. Am I correct? Maha season. Right? Sometimes my handwriting maybe because I am using a tab, maybe, right? This is Maha season, okay? So I use other color, then you can see. Okay, we can say that that is Maha, right? Right? Maha season. Okay. But here you can see that here we will have the what is that first in the monsoon. First in the monsoon, film. Okay. Plus what is that? Film and southwest monsoon. So there are two monsoon. First in the monsoon, then we say together that's called, we can say that Yala season. Yara season, right? Yara season. Okay. So there are two season, then two peak. Now understand, no? But the here the spreadness area is high, the receiving area is high, but having passing area, the moist level is less, right? So that's what the intensity and distribution are somewhat like. But here Yara season, you know, right? It pass across the longest duration. That's what the wet zone. Here, you know, right? Wet zone is there. Understand? No? Here we have a wet zone area. That's what wet zone area receive the frequent and more in rainfall. Singaraja forest also there, Nagas there, Gandalia there, right? So those will be more rainfall. Okay. Now you understood that, right? So first winter monsoon and southern monsoon, that is here, right? Okay. That means the Yara season here, southern part will receive. But about the other one, yes, you can see that here, right? The second in the monsoon and this thing here, somewhere here, there is northern part. Okay. Now that is we say 2P, right? 1 and 2, right? So then there are two peaks, then we say that's bimodal pattern. Understand? Okay. So you should remember, right? What other things come, right? Okay. Then if you look at the here, you can see that okay, what is calling like that? Okay. So this yellow color indicate that the process, right? Then solar radiation, right? Solar radiation. This is named solar radiation. Come and heat the soil surface, right? Heat the soil surface. Then heating of the air mass on and near to the soil surface, right? Then what will happen? So when the soil, moisture soil, that should be in a condition to get the solar radiation, then it will be heated. Then when it is heated, the air should be evaporated and the mass there. So then it will go right up. So then what is happening? Flowing of cold air to the vacuum created. So then the air closer to this area, right, that is evaporated, then here is an empty place. That's called the vacuum is available. So when this vacuum is available, air from other direction, air from other area will come, right? So the air movement will be there. Okay. So then the evaporated one, what about that? It will make a clouds, right? Then make a clouds, then it will come as a rainfall later, right? So that's the happening, right? So then you can see that also we say windward side and lee side also possible due to this convection, right? Windward side, have you heard about that windward side? And others, yes, have you heard about that? Have you heard about? Okay, so I have already talked about that this thing. Right? This is a convection process, but in the I said mountainous area, so we say wind comes from here, then this side is called windward side. So we say WINDWARD, windward direction, right? So then other side we say lee, right? Leeward, we have to remember that the words, right? Leeward side, okay? Other direction, okay? There's a rhyming area, right? So this is a common process, right? So then you can see here also, this is called one pattern. And another one we can say the confectional area. So the rainfall due to the convection area. So normally you can see the principle here, but I am going to talk about here. When the air is moved by heating, then here is an empty vacuum is created. Then the airflow will be from other side, right? So if here C is available, C, then if this land is available, right? Land is available. So when the land is heated, then the airflow, right? Airflow will be happen from sea to land side, right? Okay. So this is commonly happen in the data, right? But in case of nighttime, what will be happen? Nighttime, the sea is somewhat yes heated. So the above part, again vacuum is created, right? Then the movement of air is from seaside to land side to seaside. Right? This is happening in the night time. Right? This is also happening, right? So the direction should be there, right? Because the nighttime soil is in the condition of cool, but the sea level is somewhat heat, right? So this is happening mild level, but daytime is happening heavily, right? Okay. So you should know what about the direction is coming, right? Okay. So if you look at that other one, cyclone means there is depression, right? There is come for this, then we can get the rainfall, right? So you should know what is happening in the other source of rainfall, right? Okay. Okay, so that's what I am already explained about these things, Jala and Ma season. But you can see due to the period of rainfall that described above, there are two major seasons that are important to Sri Lankan agriculture sector. Those are Jala and Ma season, right? Jala season, rainfall received by first in the monsoon and southern monsoon from March to August. This is I have already explained by the picture. The yellow season will be restricted to mid-March to mid-May due to the less effect on southwest monsoon for the dry and debris zone. Yes, rainfall received first in the monsoon in dry zone is known as, right. So I think maybe we see Talavasa in singular. We also say right. Then Uppukatu, then Adi Ulau, like that we see some terminology in Tamil as well, right? So rain, you can see that rain received in the first winter monsoon in dry zone is known as Talavasa, and due to the lightning in the first winter monsoon is known as Bakmaha Aguno, right? These are singular term, but in Tamil also we have the term, right? Ma season. In this season, rainfall received by second in the monsoon and northeast monsoon. That period will affect until September to February. Hence, high rainfall received in October to November through Ireland. As presence of these two pattern rainfall is known as bimodal. Right? You can see that our rainfall pattern is bimodal. Okay. Then climate zone. So I don't want to explain these things because I have already explained. So there is not, you can see how other these are right. Okay. So we have that classification already we have studied. Okay. So I'm going to also share because that is available in your website. You can go through that. Okay. Anyway, I searched, but I couldn't get the yes. Okay. So you can see that here. Okay, climate of Sri Lanka because he is the head of the meteorology station, Agro-Climatology Division, Natural Resource Management and the Department of Agriculture. Then he also, because this is available as a PPT, but I could not get. Okay, anyway, you can see. Can you hear me? Can you see that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, climate of Sri Lanka, maybe we see climate, basically we are considering about the rainfall, right? Okay. Okay, that's what I say, the rainfall season. We say we have a 4 season, rainfall season. That is also we say climatic season or rainfall season here. First in the monsoon, southwest monsoon. Second in the monsoon, northeast monsoon. So the last two we see Ma season and first two we see yellow season, right? And that's why I have already explained, right? So if you look at the first intermonsoon, right? That is the southern part, right? So that means the rainfall duration is March to April, right? So what about the average rainfall? 268 millimeter. That means they calculated all over the region and they get the average. Almost all parts of island receive rains in excess of 250 millimeter due to convectional activity. Right? So here the wet zone, Hiragala, we say Hiragala due to the first investment in the monsoon, the starting process, right? the rainfall just started. That's indication. Then we say Kiragala, that is the area received 770 millimeter. But in Jaffna, because first in the monsoon, mainly the major part in the southern part. So even all over the Sri Lanka will receive the rainfall, but here the Jaffna, it will get 78 millimeter because that's the northern part. Here I'm saying northern part, but mainly first in the monsoon, you can see that intensity level. Here the bar indicating the yellow, green, that's the lowest rainfall area due to the west winter monsoon. Understand? Not all rainfall. You can see due to the first winter monsoon we have. Okay. Okay. If you look at that, the yellow color, dark yellow, and even dark yellow, then you can see that. The dark yellow is the area, right? So receiving high rainfall, wet zone area. That's we say Kiragala, right? But the Jaffna has been like somewhat here, but there is any yellow color and very dark color because it's a west first in the monsoon, right? Understand? Now, if you look at the southwest monsoon, then this is the major part that contributed. So average rainfall nearly 5.56 millimeter. So it may be right varied between 100, maybe that over 3,000. In the classification we have more than 3,500 millimeter. No? So so Ginigatena, whatever that area, those area, right, mainly receiving the high rainfall. So here you can see that the dark yellow color. Okay, can you see the dark yellow color? Okay, here, right, dark yellow color. That is area here. Okay, and another area you can see that yes, very dark area here, pink one. Here also you can see very dark color area. Okay, so that is receiving the highest rainfall. So the CVC the 367 millimeter. But due to this southwest monsoon, what about the area receiving the area that is called the Manna? So Mannar is a light green color that is receiving lowest rainfall, 114.6 millimeter due to this because right. So you can see that this is a season here somewhere here, right, with the southern monsoon. That's what the area closer to this area receive higher rainfall. But when we go out and out, then the receiving area is somewhat less. But the movement of direction is somewhere here, no. That's what the rainfall area is okay, but not in the direction. No, that's what the Mannar is having lowest rainfall. Understand? That you should consider about the direction. Direction should be within the range, right? Right? Like it's called. Such one you can see that area is having up to this dark green color, and maybe that light green color, right? But not in this direction, right? That's what the Mannar and this area, the Jaffna area receiving lowest rainfall, right? Okay, so just for the remember, you can remember easily, right? Okay, if you move other one, average rainfall, that is second in the monsoon, northern area, right? We will come to the northern area. So second in the monsoon, that's the first rainfall, the started rainfall. Average rainfall is nearly about 558 millimeter. So it also kick the mountain and we can get, okay. But also you can see the almost every part of the island receive in excess of 400 millimeter. So second in the monsoon also all over the region receive. So southwest slope of hills, right? You can see southwest of slope where it is here the west. Here is the south, here is the north, and here is the east, right? So we can have the mountain slope, right? Like that, no? Okay. So this here somewhat steep slope, right? Steep slope, and here less slope. So southwest slope, right, of hills, that's received. This area received 750 to 1,200 millimeters. So it will also kick the mountain, then this side, right? This area Then this side mountain king, no? So Yatian Daughter, that is the rainfall area, right? Receiving high rainfall, 1,219 millimeter. Okay. Okay. Then if you move northeast monsoon, right? So if you look at the first inter monsoon and second inter monsoon, all over the island are received. But southwest monsoon mainly southward. Now we are going to look about the northeast monsoon. Then you can see average rainfall that is 479 millimeter. So if you look at the higher force in eastern slope, right, you can see this is not a southern, here is eastern slope, then approximately 1400 millimeter high. So the area Carbonilla 1218 millimeters common highest rainfall. And then Silo is the lowest rainfall area here, right? Silabam, Puttalam, Silabam somewhere here, right? Okay. So here, right? Silabam. You can see the mark, Silabam. So direction is somewhere here, northeast monsoon. That's what you can see, that higher rainfall area, right? Cobanila and Chilo somewhat away from that lowest rainfall. Okay. But you can see that this area is receiving high rainfall and somewhat okay. So these are some high rainfall area, right? Here, highest rainfall. Okay. So this is caused by due to the northeast monsoonal rainfall. Okay. Understand, no? Now you can get a clear idea, right? Okay. Now we will look about the rainfall during different season. Rainfall season, if you look at that, we see first inter monsoon and southwest monsoon. We see these two yellow season, right? Then we see these two second and northeast monsoon season. Anyway, you can see that first inter monsoon. So only that 14% we can get, right? But others are very much high. So if you look at that southwest monsoon, this is 30%, and this is also 30%, and northeast monsoon 20. So second inter monsoon, the intensity of rainfall is double than the first inter monsoon. We can see compared to first and second inter monsoon, second inter monsoon receive double the amount of rainfall compared to first inter monsoon, right? 14 and 50 almost, right? And then if you look at that 30 to 30 and maybe 20, 26 plus, that means 56%, no? That means Mars season. That means our area 56%. But here 30 to 40, then that is 44%, right? That is nearly less, right? So Mars season, that's what we say, we are getting higher amount of rainfall due to these in the Mars season, but the other seasons are low, right? But even consider about the southwest monsoon and the northeast monsoon. But southwest monsoon is having the high intensity of rainfall, right? High rainfall, but the northeast monsoon lowest. So you can see that compared to inter monsoon, second inter monsoon receive highest rainfall. Okay, but compared to monsoon, southeast and northeast monsoon, southwest monsoon receive the highest rainfall, right? What about the rainfall? 268, but 56, then 479. So altogether, we can have average rainfall 1,861 millimeter all over the Sri Lanka. That's what we say 100%. Okay. So this is clear, no? Okay. Is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So now Sri Lanka annual rainfall varies between 900 millimeter to over 5,500 millimeters. So it may be varied due to the climate change, but the 900 millimeter and 5,500 millimeter is the commonest rainfall receiving area. Right? You can see the Ginigati, Navatavada, this area, and very lowest area, right? This area, Hamandota, and this area, Mannar, right? And some island we have the lowest rainfall area, right? Okay, very lowest, and this is very high area, right? Okay, that's the indication you can see here. So, I'm going to, yes, this is a summarized point. Rainfall, we have 2 peaks, right? That's what we say bimodal pattern. And if you look at that 2 cultivation seasons, we say yellow season and major rainy season, Maha season. Okay, then yellow season, during the yellow season, we can get first in the monsoon and southwest monsoon. Then Maha season we have a convection rain, second in the monsoon and northeast monsoon, that is mainly rainfall. Then we can get disturbance, depression, and cyclones also we have in the Maha season, right? Okay, so that's what the is called major rainy season. Okay, then if you look at that, this is also I have already explained. So don't worry about that. Yes, I will explain. No, this bimodal pattern, wet zone, I will explain what about the where you can get the peak to peak. That's what I explained, right? So then if you look at the climate zone, okay, 46 agroecological region we have. So that's also I have already explained, and here also this thing, right? Okay, explain. Anyway, I am going to tell about the temperature. Here the rice zone, we have a rice zone. Then in the rice zone, we have only low country. So no problem. Rice zone, we have only low country. So annual maximum. So you can see that 30 to 34 degrees C, that is the maximum range we are getting. But annual minimum, just we are getting 21 to 24 degrees C. Okay. Okay. So once you consider about the intermediate zone, we have yes, 3 country: low country, mid country, and up country. So according to that, we have a maximum. So 30 to 34, that is low country. Then 20 to 21 degrees C, that is minimum. So temperature is now decreasing. But the maximum 20 to 22, then 19, 20 degrees C, then 14, 20. So when we raise, right, elevation, when the elevation is high and high, so we see 0.64 degrees Celsius fall, for every 100 meter. I say every 100 meter, 0.64 degrees Celsius will fall. So low country, when we can go for rise up, mid country, then up country we rise up. Then you can see the temperatures 40 to 60. So cool temperature we are facing. So maximum also reducing, 30 to 34, then 20 to 32, then 20 to 27 degrees Celsius. If you look at the low minimum 2022, then 1922, then now 14, 16 degrees. So we can face a cool temperature, okay, cool area, okay. Now that's a condition. You can see the trend, okay. Okay, now if you look at that wet zone, now we are going to have wet zone. Wet zone also we have a low country, mid country, and up country. Then the maximum 30 to 30, then 20 to 80 to 30, then 18. So if you can learn 40 degrees C, like that, no, you can see. So sometime upcountry wet zone we have frost, that also having some effect. Frost effect we have. So that means ice forming area, snowfall we may face upcountry wet zone. That is February to March we can face, right? So in that case, right, we can have. So this also we can select some crop. Some crop need variation, day and night temperature variations need, right? Day temperature and night temperature variation also important, right? So this variation also important for some crops, right? Say for an example, potato cultivation, day and night temperature variation should be there. So night temperature may be low, day temperature may be high. So if the variation is less and less, then it's difficult to cultivate the potato, right? So that's what some season are suitable for potato cultivation. Understand, right? So then, if you look at the humidity, varies around 6 to 70% in a daytime, and nighttime 85 to 90% at night time. So May to September dry zone, yes, mainly 15 to 60%. It will drop to by because due to the kachan. So that is the one of the double name for the cyclone. Kachan, one of the wind, Kachan Katu, we say Kachan Katu. Then we see that reduced the moisture content nearly 50 to 60%, right? Okay, so evaporation, you can see that evaporation, we can see the pan evaporimeter, right? Evaporation tank is there. It's like a tank we can have, then it is called pan evaporimeter, right? Here pan is there, pan evaporimeter. Perimeter, right? Okay. Anyway, you can see pan or perimeter. Then we can have a spherical meter, right? Kolamani, that means spherical meter we can keep and we can measure. Right? Though that's called evaporation. That's important. So mark seasonal variation e-pan across the island. So wet zone, the highest during March to September. So some heat period, we can have a 4 millimeter per day. That is evaporation. Then dry zone 6 millimeter per day, May to September. Right? You can see that wet zone nearly evaporation somewhat low, but in dry zone it was high, right? Understand, right? So this evaporation, evaporimeter, that is one we are using. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, this is the link downloading. You can download. Okay, now evaporation. That's one of the meter. Humidity, we can have instruments. That mean hygrometer, right? Hygrometer, we have hygrometer. We can measure the humidity by hygrometer, or maybe we can have 16 yes, maximum minimum thermometer. One is merged into Vaseline cloth, right? That also possible. So this is day temperature, then this is somewhat cool temperature, it will indicate. So due to the temperature variation, we can have a table, and from the table we can find out the humidity. So hygrometer also there, then maximum minimum thermometer also there to measure the humidity, right? So then rainfall gauge, I don't want to explain. You can see that temperature, we have a thermometer. So soil thermometer also available. Soil temperature, to measure the soil temperature, that is very much important, no? Because soil also one of the factor to measure the microbial activity and root growth. So temperature we have to measure. This is air temperature, but soil temperature also varied according to that. Okay. Okay. So then we'll go to the next plan. Okay. If you look at that, this one, right? Okay. This is the crop calendar. You can also get this calendar from the Department of Agriculture website. Okay. So why we are going to study about these climate and climatology like that? You can see that first one is we have to find out the cropping calendar. Right. This is the one of the cropping calendar. Can you see this big image?
No, sir.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
No. Okay, so now,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can see.
okay. So this is the example of the crop calendar. So I just show the paddy crop calendar. Okay. So you can see that here. So yes, you can see here. Okay. Dry and intermediate zone, right? So this cropping calendar developed for the dry and intermediate zone for the crop paddy, right? You can see that the applying straw, the simple, they put it as applying straw. Then they put the plow, right? Then primary land preparation, this plow, right? Then they have a rotavator or time tiller that is called secondary land preparation. Then the paddy nursery bed preparation. Then applying manure and cow dung, the symbol. Then leveling, this is a symbol. Then applying basal fertilizer, that is symbol. Seed blow casting, then we can go for a branch planting or like that, right? Seed broadcasting, then planting. Then we can have a weed control, the intercultivator, that is used as a symbol, right? Then fertilizer application. So they have a color chart, according to that, they will apply the fertilizer application, harvesting. Right? So these are the practices mainly done in the paddy, right? So then here the week, September first week, second week, third week, fourth week. Understand? Then October, every 4 weeks they have what are the activities we are already have. Then weather parameters, you can see that. Even you can go for a mobile application and you can get the climate of the Sri Lanka. Then day by day, they are indicating. And within the day also they are indicating what about the noon, what about the morning, what about the evening, what about the rainfall condition, right? Okay, so weather, right, sun. This is called sun based on hot area. Then somewhat thundering and rainfall. Then rainfall. Then very cloudy and rainfall. Then yes, then if you go bright sunshine. Then bright sunshine. Then thundering and rainfall. You can see the sun. Then cloudy and sun. Then bright sunshine. No, that's a weather. Agronomy practices. So in case of rice, we have a 2.5 month, 3 month, and 3.5 month. So according to that, where we can start all the practices. Okay. You can see according to the age group planting time in here, select a variety for Yala and Maha according to our preference. They say what about our preference, then we can select. Okay. So so that's what we are going to study this climate. And the economic practices also we are studying, no? The land preparation and other than under this principle of crop production technology. You are going to study because you know what is land preparation, what is primary land preparation, what is secondary land preparation, what is fertilizer, where we are going to apply, when we are going to apply, at what amount we are going to apply. So these are important. What is nursery, right? So what is the row seeding? What is transplanting? What is broadcasting? What is weed control? And what is how? So all the things you know in the one note one. That's what we are going to study, right? So then, because in later semester we are not going to explain this thing. Just we say broadcast. Then you know broadcasting. What does it mean? Broadcasting, and just sowing the seed, rice seeding, right? But transplanting, what do you mean by we can grow the plant? And small seedling we can get and we can go for a field planting. Okay. Now you can see that for the 2.5 month, we plan where we are going to start the planting because we know this time we can get the daytime. That means we don't have any rainfall. After that, after January second week, understand? Understand? You can see after second week of the January, we don't have any rainfall. Understand or not? Can you see the picture?
Yes, sir. Understand.
Okay. So we should have an idea. January third week, we are going to harvest, or maybe the maturity we will give. So maturity period should be coincide after January 3rd, 4th, then February was 2, 3. So we can have. So then the maturity time, we don't have any rainfall. That means we don't need plant. They don't want right, any rainfall during the graining period. If the rainfall comes, then entire field will be damaged. So according to that, we can plan. Okay, now I understand that. Okay, January 3rd week and 4th and February 1st week, we can hope for a harvesting or maturity period we can have. Okay, so the maturity period will come closer to January 3rd week. So according to that, we can plan. But right, February, this harvesting, we symbol is there. So February first week or second week, we are going to harvest. Okay. So then 2.5 months mean 30 plus 15, no? 1 month 30 days, other one 30 days, then how month 15 days. So 30, 60, then 75 days, no? 75 days. Okay. That means how many weeks? We can say 4 plus 4, 8. Then 2, almost we have 10 weeks. Understand? The crop period is 10 weeks. 2.5 months mean 10 weeks. So then we have to reduce the 10 weeks from this harvesting point. Understand? So then with the first week, then we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Understand? Okay. Otherwise, if we started here, somewhere here, the maturity, then we will start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So 10 we are going to plant. So here symbol is there. No? He's here the applying leaf manure, cow dung or paddicus. Where we are going to planting here, right? This is here. Sorry, this is the symbol applying leaf manure. So then, what is the symbol of planting? Here, here, no, but here he is going to apply some leveling and basal fertilizer, and then seed broadcasting, right? Not a transplanting, but he is using seed broadcasting, right? Somewhere here. Okay, so if our harvesting machine or harvesting started January 3rd week, we are going to plant somewhere here. That means October 4th or like that. But the actually according to cropping calendar, February 1st or 2nd week we are going to harvest. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Almost we can have second and third and fourth week we are going to plant, right? So at the same time we can apply basal fertilizer. Here you can see the symbol where the basal fertilizer, applying basal dressing, everything we can apply. So then this is a good manner to have a planting, right? So here we can plant, that means broadcasting. Then after that we can go fertilizer application like that. Then we will have harvesting period. Now okay, but without knowing this climatic condition, then if you started somewhere here, now you are going to start at the planting in September here, somewhere here for this month, for this 2.5. What is happening? If you plant, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So your harvesting period will come over somewhere here. What is happening? Harvesting time you may face the rainfall. Understand? Then your crop will be damaged by the rainfall. So That's what they started these planting somewhere here according to this dry season period, our harvesting period. Because in rice we have three stages. One is vegetative stage, other one reproductive stage, other one maturity stage, right? So almost vegetative stage 30 days and reproductive stage also 30 days and maturity period maybe 30, but here in case 75 then we say 15 days. So vegetative period, this one, right? Sorry, I'm going to tell them wrong way. We are going to okay, anyway, here I'm going to draw again. Sorry. Okay, in case of paddy, okay, we have a vegetative stage, then we have a reproductive stage, then we have a ripening stage. So R reproductive, then RI ripening. I just put a ripening stage. Here we vegetative stage. Okay, ripening reproductive stage 30, ripening stage 30, right? So this cannot be changed in the rice. So this is altogether 60 days. Understand? These cannot be changed. But the vegetative stage can be changed. So in terms of 75 days, 30 cannot be changed. So vegetative stage, only we can change the vegetative stage 15 days. That's what we have a 2.5 month. Okay. So there's a minimum variety developed in Sri Lanka. Okay. So according to that we can plan. So 3 month mean then 30, then 15 days, vegetative stage, that is 30 days. That's what we have a 3-month variety. Okay. For the 3-month variety, harvesting period, because you know, right, the climate change we cannot change. Climate dry season start on January 3rd. So according to that, with the 3 month, then we can just start the shift the planting process somewhat later. Earlier, you know, right? Somewhat later, I mean earlier, because we need how many weeks? Now 12 weeks, no? 12 weeks. That's what here the planting somewhere here. It's November third week he's going to plant for 2.5 months. But here November first week he's going to plant for the 3 months. But for 3.5 months means there is 14 weeks. Then where he is going to plant October 3rd or 4th week. Understand? Somewhat we have to shift. Why? Our harvesting time should be in the same condition. That's what we have to adjust the planting time, fertilizer application, land preparation, everything we have to adjust according to our rice variety. So this is a cropping calendar because according to the climate, according to the rainfall pattern, according to the temperature, according to the light and period, everything according to the climate parameters, we are going to adjust our cropping calendar. Now understand, no? Clearly understand or not? Understand?
Understand, sir.
Understood.
Okay, so very good. So this is the cropping calendar for dry and intermediate zone, right? Now, if you look at that, there are we have a irrigation season also there, rainfall season also there. So then after that, when April, May, so other season will come, April, May, June. So then he is also planned because this is rainfall season. This is somewhat we are using rainfall or somewhat we can use the irrigated rainfall, but the pattern are same. All these things are same, but we have to provide the irrigation during the bright sunshine because the bright sunshine, no, we don't have any rainfall, but this depend on the river irrigated condition, well water, so we can go. This is other season, right? So sometimes we have only one season. Some farmer they purely depend on rainfall, but here these farmers are depending on irrigation water as well, no? Because there is no rainfall, but due to the rainfall, the pond and rivers are available, and from them we can get the irrigation. So that is also possible, right? In the rice. Okay. So if you look at that, other management practices, you can see so earlier pest and disease also according to season. Okay, earlier trips. So we have to manage the trips. Then later thrips and gold pitch we have to manage. Thrip and gold pitch, leaf rolling, get a blast, embora, brown bone, copper, sheet and leaf, mice, blast, this time, right? Then leaf rolling at a plant during that bright sunshine. Then brown copper during the harvesting time. So according to that, we will have an application of pest and pesticide. Okay, this is also coincide with month, right? Month, and also we have how much of fertilizer we are going to apply. That's also important, right? So if you look at that, how much of fertilizer we are going to apply. Here you can see that 2.5-month variety, BG 250 example, BG 251. Then if you look at that, what about the average yield? What about the time duration? What about the basal fertilizer? Right now, you can see that the basal fertilizer we are going to apply only TSP. That is only the TSP is a solo triple superphosphate. So phosphorus is important for root growth, root development. If the when we putting the seed, that radical will develop. After that, shoot will develop. So for the radical development, that is the first one. So then phosphorus is important for the root development. That's what we applying phosphorus 14. So basal fertilizer, we don't apply any urea or MOP. Then later, 10 days, we are going to apply urea because after seeding, we need to develop the vegetative growth. So then nitrogen-based fertilizer are important, nitrogen-based. That's what we apply urea. Understand or not? Okay.
Understood.
Yes, good. So then after that, when the plant grow and grow and grow, it will need the strength, right? Support. So for that purpose, we are going to apply potassium fertilizer, right? We are 25 days after broadcasting potassium, then urea and potassium, then urea and potassium. So strength also we have to provide. At the same time, we have to allow the plant grow. So nitrogen and potassium, urea, nitrogen, here potassium, MOP, majority of potash, then TSPP. But P is the only one we use in the basal fertilizer. Thereafter, we don't apply, right? So then again, later stage we need urea. But nowadays problem, common ban the chemical fertilizer, right? You know, right? Earlier, for the subsidies, they will provide the chemical fertilizer. Nowadays, 10,000 rupees, one ender, that means 50 kilogram bag, 50 kilogram, that is one bag, is nearly 10,000, but not urea, it is mixture, B mixture. B mixture means NPK, both fertilizers, 3 fertilizers are mixed together, that is called B mixture, understand? And 10,000, TSP, only TSP, 6,500 or 8,000 rupees nowadays. So farmers cannot be purchased, then they are going to apply some organic fertilizer. So due to the government regulation nowadays, it's difficult to purchase the chemical fertilizer and it is not available. So then people are applying leaf mold, cabbages, and even cow dung, right? Cow dung, everything they are going to put. But the worries is for the growth stage, nitrogen is important. When we apply the urea, immediately it will go down and the plant can grow. When we go for a cow dung, it slowly release the nitrogen and definitely farmers will get some drawbacks due to the sudden stop of these chemical fertilizer. We will see maybe what is the price of one sack, 72 kilogram. That is called, we say, one sack of rice, right? 72 kilogram. Then earlier we 3,000, yes, 4,000, like that, 4,000 to 6,000 earlier season. Sometime it may go up nowadays because of the banned chemical. Maybe we will expect 8,000 to 10,000 rupees per 72 kilogram. So farmers, maybe if they failure in the cultivation, definitely they will lose. Right? There's a problem nowadays going on. But even consumer side also, the rice price will be increased. We expect that also, right? Rice price will be increased in the future, right? Okay. So for the 3-month variety, 300 variety, according to that, they will develop. So 200 means two series, no, 250, 251, 3 month, 300, 314, 310, three series. Then 200, 3.5 months, then 352, 350, like that, no, 350 series. Okay, you can see that. Okay, in the paddy cultivation. See, you know, right? 1 kilogram of paddy is important enough for seed for the one larger, right? Okay, 1 kilogram is need for one larger. From the one larger, we got 72 kilogram. That is a minimum one. Right? So 1 kilogram, from 1 kilogram rice, seed paddy, we can get 72 kilogram. So 72 times we can get the yield. That's a minimum requirement to get the profit. Okay. So in the rice production technology, you will study later. Don't worry about that. Just I want to explain here about this thing. Okay. So then again, I want to explain. Yes, you can see that. This is also available if you look at that. So why I am spending more time on that one. You should know why we are going to study this calendar, right? Okay, if you look at that, you can see this is the wet zone, cropping calendar for wet zone. Earlier we see rice zone. So same pattern, condition are somewhat different in applying principles. Same thing we develop for wet zone. Okay. Okay. You are asking to upload the lecture notes in LMS, so don't worry about that. I will upload. Yes. Other one. Wait a minute, right? Look about the application of these agroecological ingredients. Okay, we have already looked about that. Yes. So we are going to study these climatology and agroclimatic shown according to that common rainfall pattern of agroecological regions, right? Expected value of dryness, soil type, and topography, the characters we are going to study, right? And we can select the crop calendar, can prepare for the land preparation up to harvesting. Okay. In here, to understand about climatic factors, problem that come in future can be identified, and crop cultivation can be done successfully. So that's what I say, you know. So cropping calendar we have to develop. So we should know first what is that. Crop selection according to the climate. When considering climate, one of the important areas is the climatic change. Climate change is come of total of changes of the environmental condition caused by greenhouse effect of the greenhouse gases, continuous unfavorable extreme conditions, continuous flooding, drought, lightning, cyclone, and frequent increase of sea level, right? Sri Lanka is also facing these unfavorable conditions such as inadequacy of rainfall at proper season, rainfall after season, high rainfall at short period of time. Okay. So, future direction in understanding of agroecology, so long as blush with the heterogeneous agroecological environment, right? Heterogeneous means different, diversity, right? The situation creates a huge challenge for researchers related to the land and water resource management. So, we have, so why? Actually, we are lucky to born in the Sri Lanka. Why? Because we have different natural resources. Our environment is clean, right? So once you go to the India, you know, right? India, you know, right? Tube well, they are using deepest hole under the soil they make. A lot of children, a lot of people are died due to the hole. Accidentally, they fell into that system. No, so we are very fortunate because we get the water in a closer distance, right? So we have to maintain our resources. We have to maintain our natural resources, right? For our lives and future life, right? However, I probably understood that the responsible, reasonable resolution, this environment can be tapped more efficiently for improving the land productivity while maintaining the sustainability of resource base, right? So, if you look at that sustainability, that means we will use the resources mainly for our concern and for the future concern, right? So, by the ancient time to nowadays, all over the countries, they targeted about Sri Lanka because Sri Lanka is naturally rich in resources and also natural harbor, natural topography, the landscape, everything is very beautiful. We have a dry region, we have a hot season, we have a rainbow season, we have a snow season, we have upcountry area, we have a low country, a diversity of crops, different kind of people, religious, everything are blessed. That's what
Recording stopped.
right? Who's now host? Yes, Robert. Robert,
Yes, sir.
make me as a host, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, want to be change the good resources, right? So to maintain, China now invest to Sri Lanka, right? And America and all the countries, right? They are willing to start the business with Sri Lanka. Earlier also, the Silk Road, that means Pattapalai, Silk Road, one of the major point in the Silk Road, the Sri Lanka is also there, right? So from ancient history, so we should protect our resources. We don't, as a Sri Lankan, we should ensure that our resources are protected. Okay. Therefore, further refinements of the zone and a final resolution is becoming necessity. Okay. Okay. If you look at that, yes, identification and characterization of growing season occurring in each ecological zone, subzone, identifying the potential. So why we have to characterize when it is DL1A, then we know what is the characteristic of ecological region. Then we know what about the crop, what about the animal we are going to rear, right? What about the farming system, what about the cropping system we adapted, right? For the researchers. So that's what we have a different research institute. Okay, if you look at that Sri Lanka, we have institutes, right? Crop research institute. You can see just I am going to row. Yes. If you look at that, this is yes Sri Lanka. Okay, you can see assume that this is Sri Lanka, right? Okay, so we have a here similarly we can see wet zone. Here we can see a dry zone, right? So if you look at that, we have a research point, right? In Jaffna, we have a Palmyra Research Institute, right? PRI, Palmyra Research Institute, because Palmyra is dominant in Jaffna area. That's what we put, Palmyra Research Institute, right? That's a characteristic. Then if you look at that, when you go to the canteen like that, we have Horticultural Research Institute, Floriculture, and Food Crop Research Development Cody, right? The Research and Development Institute, Korea, HORDI, Horticultural Research and Development Institute. In Kurunakala and in this side, we have a Coconut Research Institute. In Zambia here, Ahalavate, we have a Rubber Research Institute because rubber is famous in that climate, Rubber Research Institute, right? Okay, so, and Tea Research Institute, Norelia, we have Tea Research Institute, TRI, Tea Research Institute, right? Okay, understood, right? Then the code another thing, we have a Cinnamon Research Institute, Cinnamon, right? Cinnamon Research Institute and Station, and Cashew Production, Cashew Corporation. Now that's also located in Colombo, but Cashew Production area, research area here, Cashew Production Centers here in particular area, right? So that's what we have a different research institute and like that. Okay, so and also if you look at that meteorological station, right? In Jaffna, only we have one meteorological station, right? And other area we have meteorological station, but Jaffna, we cover northern region. Actually, one meteorological station is not enough because even Jaffna we have an island Nedendevu, Pungurudevu, like that, we have a different area. So environmental conditions are different. So we have to establish more number of meteorological stations to get the uniform or accurate or precise data of the climatology. Understand? Now understand. No? So these are the important things we have to study. So through that we can develop the crops and animals. So we have a veterinary research institute. This is a crop oriented. We have a animal research institute also. So Ampevela Farm, Ampevela Farm, that's farm. But we have a veterinary research institute in Kanora. We have so some animal breeding centers also there, right? So we can have the crop-oriented, animal-oriented research station, research institute. That's also we have, right, for the future direction. Okay. Okay. So file. Okay. My profile anyway. Okay. So this is your faculty, right? So very right climate season. So what are the barriers we have? Okay. Can you see this picture? Can you see this picture?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think maybe your senior takes this photo, right? Okay, Jan Rojan, right? So he shared to my folder. Okay, anyway. So in Arabian we face so many difficulties, but it comes under the dry zone, right? But even Eranamadi Tang and Kanahambi Pulam, that's also somewhat a good area. Now you don't know actually, but I'm going to talk about that, right? So we are in our faculty is located in the Kalinochi. So DL region, dry zone low country area, mainly 3 and 4 agroecological notation. So very hot area. Even we have giant tank, Eranamadi tank, and Hanahambiyapulam. From the water resources are available, but our faculty is located somewhat far from these Eranamadu and somewhat elevated places, right? So government gave the land with the knowledge city that is called Arviyanahar. Then we have other factories, garments, and like that surrounding place. But when we check the soil, it almost gravel line, right? So in agriculture point of view, it is very difficult to establish a crop. Even we adapted something. So this is, right, jasmine garden in our faculty. So we have we establish, right? So I saw what are the things we are having, right? So right? So we have some cropping system according to the right climate. We planted trees. You can see the around part we have a trees, right? Under the trees we will have the jasmine. So in India, if you go to the India, all the people are female are wearing the, so that mean they are the what does it mean, the hair, and the back side of the hair they have a long jasmine card on. So even they don't have a care, just joke, right? But they fulfill the care by using this jasmine color. Very similar. There are different varieties. Say for an example, Kundamalli, Usimalli, Vadamalli, right? They have a different flavor, right? Odor. So then, according to that, we planted different jasmine plant. We can come and enjoy, no problem. Here we have a billiard mango we cultivated, right? So we got these. This is our landscaping unit. So people, no, this is our faculty entrance. We don't need. Okay, so this is landscaping. We also established the flowers, right? Those are adapted to rhizome, hibiscus. We have different. So this is landscaping unit. So our staff mainly specialized in the landscaping technique. Then we plan, establish, right? So different. This is some variety we have, right? Ixora, right? You can see the pictures I'm going to show. Anyway, it's a Jeka building. Once you come, you don't know actually, no? You don't know, no? Am I correct? You don't know about these places, no? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay. Yes. So these are some amazing building, architectural Jeka building. Anyway, okay, this need you don't need. Okay, this the landscaping unit we have. Sorry. Yes, it's come up. Anyway, I'm going to show. Okay. Okay. This is the home garden unit we established in the area. Okay. And you can see that banana we established. We also established the honeybee hive, and why is closed? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to show the production area, right? Here, right? Okay, here can you see this system? Okay, what is that? Anyone can you say what is that? Anyone? Can you see this picture? Can you see or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so due to the hot climate, we developed the net cow system, right? The pipelines are there. So sprinkler irrigation, we spray the irrigation as a mist, right? Then we develop. So whatever the crop suited in the cool area, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, ginger, turmeric, everything we establish here, right? So this is also one of the climate adaptation technique. So why we are going to study this climatology and agroecological region? What kind of crop we are going to cultivate, right? That's a system we are grow, right? So if you look at that, this is another one. We grow bell pepper and other things. Okay, if you look at that, yes, here we also grow some potato. This is potato we grow and we establish, right, under the net curves. Okay, you can see this is the land preparation implement JICA. They awarded the machine, they granted, right? So this is Kubota, Japan tractor we have, right? This is our field area. You can see that how we are studying the coconut land area, right? Understood, right? We have the different field. If you come, you can enjoy, right? Okay, largest field area we have. Okay, yeah, this is our net curve unit. Okay, I think maybe in the introduction part you may get this type of thing, but anyway, you can see this is a ginger and turmeric cultivation unit, right? We have so. We establish under net curves. Maybe in future we are going to establish in the field. Okay. Yeah, this is a mist condition. We are going to apply to get some water, right? You can see these are some unit we established, right? Okay, cabbage, cauliflower, leafy cabbage. We established the pest and disease free system. So this is insect proof net. This is rain. This is mist. So you can see that our farm, how this is a farm management building we have, right? So you can see how we are developing those things, right? Okay, anyway, so I'm going to show the animal unit also, right? Yes, you can see our animal unit here. Okay, can you see? So we are going to grow some animal. This also the system we are developing. Okay. Okay. So we have cross breeds that are adapted to our climate, and we have a system. Okay, we have the system also, visionary unit, everything we have. Okay, that and also this flow, mobile blow, and different blows. Yes, this seed, we have a seed. Okay, farm and storage unit. Okay, gerbera, mainly the flowering plants that is adapted there. Okay, nursery unit, right? Kochi, some landscaping unit. Okay, okay. I think maybe okay. These type of things we have. Okay, then plant this plant we planted. Now we can see 5 years, 10 years, 6 years growth. This plant because to adapt this hot climate. Now it looks like a red zone, no? Yes, climate will change. This is our farm manager, right? You know, right? He's having cauliflower, right? So we establish. Okay. So rainfall layer season. This was like this plant. This also plant we planted after coming to RVNR. So we have a guava unit. Yes, we can see that. We have a Clichidia unit, right? Okay, you can see how we have pomegranate. We have 3 varieties, rhizome varieties, right? Pomegranate unit we have. Then we have landscaping unit. we have a aloe vera unit, right? Can you see aloe vera? So this is pomegranate unit we have, right? So jasmine unit, that's what I saw earlier, right? Okay, this one I saw earlier, right? Okay. Anyway, okay. I think maybe you know, right? This is also right. We established the pond closer to pond. We established the terminalia, Kumbuk tree, the pond area. We established very beautiful area, right? But in the hot time, sometimes you may feel hot, but during the cloudy nature, it's very beautiful area, right? So you can come, no problem. This plant, we planted, just planted. We have, right? This is the terminalia, Kumbuk, we planted. Okay, this area, so people can come enjoy and see. The students also, they are going here and moving, right? You can see the natural area, no? But this is the solar panel faculty engineering they established, but we established these Kumbuk tree and around the park, right? You can see. Okay, anyway, mist condition, right? This is mist, that means water sprayed as a mist to adapt the climate change. This also as a mist condition, right? You can see what kind of mechanism we grow here. Insect proof net, that means the insect cannot come, pest and disease cannot come. So that's what we can get the quality cabbage, quality like that, right? So this you can see how we can get the product, right? You can see how the systems develop. This is, you know, right, ginger and turmeric. You can see ginger how we establish under the net cows. Okay, no pest damage. Okay, home garden unit we establish. Okay, I think maybe it's enough for you. We also have a cashew unit, and we also establish different cashew varieties, lemon field, and a lot of units, right? So you cannot imagine, right? Okay, so that's the thing I want to say. Okay, so I think maybe you know, right, what is climate and what is weather, what is the factors, what about the rainfall pattern, what about the temperature, rate, humidity, wind, and light. We have studied, and also we look about the agroecological region, then what is the principles behind these agroecological regions, and also we studied about classification of agroecological region, then how it is classified, and what is the importance of classifying agroecological region. We studied. Okay, so this is a thing you have known, and I want to ask, what about the practical? Are they taking the practical related to climatology, this meteorological equipment, rainfall gauge, and other thing they explain? Did they explain?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. So that part you know, right? I don't want to cover. So you know, did you study about soil thermometer? Did you study about rain gauge, different rainfall instrument?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's all for your lectures, and I think maybe I don't want to take much time. So I think my part is finished. If you want, you can ask the question. Ask the question, right?